Welcome to the VOR Watchman Report, reporting the news as it happens, discussing controversial issues that affect you, others, and the future, dedicated to finding strategies and answers in the world gone mad. And now, here is the VOR Watchman Report.
Isaac with the VOR Watchman Report. Thank you for joining me today on today's broadcast. Today I want to talk about propaganda and war. Propaganda is aimed at enemy nations to break down their will to fight, to demoralize enemy morale. It's used as a weapon because of the power that comes with public support. You will see it in the reports and images and videos that are siding with terrorists, that want us to see Israel wiped out. This is what's happening in our news media. They have painted a picture of Israel as being the bad guy. As sympathy rises from our confused and cancel culture generation that believes everything it sees and hears, and this is what we're seeing today. Propaganda is the dissemination of information, facts, arguments, rumors, half-truths, and lies. Propaganda is used in a variety of ways, including the media, advertisement, war, and politics. This war propaganda spreads hatred and bigotry, incites violence, and undermines freedom. In the coming years, this is what will happen. Things will begin to shift in the Western culture that we have not witnessed. It will take many by surprise as what was once a vibrant and powerful nation begins to weaken, allowing its power to be surrendered into the hands of corrupted leaders that will send a wave of attacks against its own people. I am saying this before it takes place, so that you will know that we must resist and not bow down to tyranny. The freedom fighters will arise and push back against those who want to destroy the free world. The news media has been bought, and what is being reported is to create a mob that will focus on the persecution of those who don't go along with their agenda, to silence the voices that oppose their madness. Another Holocaust is in preparation, not against Jews, but against those that oppose the corruption and the perversion that surrounds them. The enemies of the state will be those who refuse to comply. War propaganda, civil war as the war in Israel continues. Heated discussion, protests, and persecution will arise as those who support socialism and Islam will refuse to stand with Israel. This pressure will cause many Americans to abandon their support of the Jewish people. Conflict will come from within. There will be many enemies within that have turned our beloved nation into a sinking ship. It's a deliberate plan to cause chaos and bring in a new world order, taking down America as a superpower to contend with as a nation suffers a humanitarian crisis that is crippling the economy and creating a nation that is overrun by political leaders who are not taking responsibility for their action. They break the rules and blame others by rewriting the laws of the United States government, beginning in the White House, and has caused chaos and makes our nation look to the world as a weak, pathetic power. The border agenda. The American government has committed crimes against humanity. What insanity to have open borders, which will leave us vulnerable to attack. On the brink of a World War III, the war in Israel will continue to escalate. This is the beginning of a world war. Northern countries will follow. Many nations will abandon Israel, including the United States of America. In order to stop the war, a peace treaty will be issued. But as every peace treaty that has been signed is short-lived, these words are spoken so that you can prepare for what is coming. This is the VOR Watchman Report. This is the segment called Propaganda and War. But we have hope. We have the Word of God. We have those who will begin to pray against this attack, against this anti-Semitic rise. It will not just come against the Jews, but anyone else who opposes their agenda. Let's stand strong We have a kingdom that cannot be shaken. Time to turn our allegiance to the King and be on the right side. It is time for America to turn to God. It's time for this nation to come back to its first love. Speaking to you, it is time to turn to the Lord.